Shalom, shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings from the beautiful city of Atlanta, Georgia. Let me just rub this in. Look at my beautiful scenery, guys. Oh my gosh, right? I'm out my neighborhood walking, guys, just me and the Most High. And I just wanted to stop by today and just tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys watching my content, taking the time to let me inspire you and train you, if you will, or show you some things about life that could help you when it comes to your finances, whether it be for real estate or crypto or, business loans, et cetera, changing your mind and all those things. Thank you for letting me into your life and into your heart to share with you, some of the things that the Most High and my mentors have taught me. I'm just getting started, but I think it's always important to take time to let people know how much you appreciate them. That leads me to my next point. I appreciate you, but what I want to tell you is don't let pride or your wealth or your position or where you are in life stop you from appreciating people or not just people, but family members and relatives or people that have done great things in your life that have inspired you. Don't let your situation or what you're going through stop you from being appreciative of them. It's very important that you show people while you're here on this earth how much you appreciate them. I've never, to this very day, in all my years of living, I've never saw a graveyard speak. So when somebody's gone, you can go to the grave all day long and tell them how much you miss them or how much you appreciated them, but they're gone, okay? It's best that you do it while they're alive, while they're living, because it'll have much more effect. And trust me, you'll be able to sleep better at night when you do that. Do not pass on having a chance to reconcile, to make things right, to be humble enough to say, you know what, I'm sorry for how I treated you. I love you. Please forgive me. Say it to their face, not behind their back. And then you tell them how much you appreciate them being in your life while they're alive. Okay? This is something that money can't buy. Relationships, true relationships that last for eternity, you can't buy them. I've learned this on my own. I'm going to give you this little testimony about myself, and hopefully it'll mean something to you. I have someone that I know in my life right now, and we have not gotten along very much. We've had a lot of differences, and this is a relative of mine. And, there are times where I felt I was right. And a mentor told me this a long time ago. She said, you can be right, but you can be dead right. What does that mean? You might be right about the situation, but you're going to lose that person because of your pride. So back to this person, this individual and I, we butt heads for almost 15 years, guys. But recently I reached back out to the person. I said, I just want you to know that I appreciate you and I love you, and I'm squashing any beef I have with you for the sake of peace. And I want to forgive you because I don't want to go to my grave knowing that I could have had a chance to make it right with that person and tell them how much I love them. And guys, remember, when you forgive someone, it heals you. It keeps you clean. It keeps you free, not them. If they don't want to forgive you, that's their problem. But you get to live free. You get to live with peace in your heart and move on with your life and build, your companies or build relationships or build a legacy for your family without the stress, without all the headaches in your heart, knowing, I could have done better. And believe me, you'll be free from that guilt and that shame because it will come back. So when I told that person that, it was a part of me that was released. And, I was able to sleep better. This happened just a day ago. I slept better than I have in years because I decided to let them go and love them. When I say let them go, let all the animosity out of my heart, the unforgiveness, et cetera, and let them know while they're alive, I still love them and I appreciate them. You do that, my friend, and you're going to find out that life is going to be very generous to you. Remember, it heals you, not the person. You would hope that they would come around, but maybe they won't. But you'll get to sleep at night. And they'll, even in their deathbed, I believe they'll remember the people that reached out and tried to make things right with them. If not, that's on them. But you're free from that. Having said that, at all costs, do good, guys. Do good. because there's a law remaining in the earth realm. And some people call it karma. There's people call it so many different things. I call it the law of sowing and reaping, because I'm a strong believer in the word of the Most High, the Bible. Okay, the original Bible, not the one that's written now, the original Bible, the original text, before they took things out of it. But it says, as long as the earth remains, there will be seed time and harvest time. Did you hear me, guys? That means whatever you sow in the ground, or in someone's life, or in your own life, you're gonna reap that. And I grew up on a farm. I grew up in the country in Lake Butler, Florida. My grandfather taught me something. He said, whatever you put in the ground, if you water it and cultivate it and let the sunlight get to it, it's going to produce a harvest. What am I saying to you? Be careful what you sow out there, because it's coming back. It comes back in abundance. In other words, if you sow one seed, you may get 1,000 reproductions of that seed in the form of a fruit or something. You know, you can count how many seeds are in an apple, but you cannot count how many apples are in a seed. I know that blew some of your mind, right? But if you're a farmer, you know what I'm talking about. You can plant a seed, one seed in the ground, that seed dies, goes into the earth and dies, and then it comes back up and produces 30, 60, 100-fold. In other words, one apple can be planted in the ground, and one of the seeds survive and create a whole apple tree with thousands of apples. Do not sow bad seeds, because they come back in abundance. And let me tell you, the harvest, some of you guys ain't gonna be able to take it. And I'm telling you something that I learned. You're gonna live better, you're gonna be better, you're gonna be more fruitful, and you'll be able to prosper in your spirit and in your heart without worrying about what's coming tomorrow and worrying about things coming back at you. You live with peace and joy and the blessing when you forgive and let go and tell people how you feel about them while they're alive. I've learned this. I live by this principle as a businessman, as a minister, and as a husband, and a spiritual father to many, and a mentor, you know, all these other titles I got. But I learned through all of that how important this principle is. I hope this blessed you today, guys. Have a super awesome day, and I'll see you at the top. Blessings. Bye-bye.